Rio de Janeiro, Brazil is one of the world's most beautiful cities. But scattered throughout this top tourist destination are favelas, hillside communities with a reputation for violence and home to thousands of Rio's poorest people. But in 2010, one of these neighborhoods was in the news for a very different reason. In a favela called Santa Marta, dozens of kids were giving their community a fresh coat of paint and a new image, thanks to two Dutch artists with a very big dream. How big? These 34 houses are just the beginning.
We envisioned this crazy idea of a whole hillside turned into a gigantic monumental artwork of epic size.
Jeroen Koolhaas and Dre Erhan, who call themselves Haas and Han, are using this epic artwork to help paint a more positive picture of a place that struggles with a negative image.
Nobody would ever expect people to come and bring a huge work of art to a community like this, where people don't like to go if they're not from here. And we're showing that you don't need to be scared of this place.
Haas and Han prepared for 5 years to start painting the houses, looking at the favela every which way. From photographs to a 3D model to this. Yes, that is an inflatable favela. How did they break down this enormous job? Well, they took the sketches they liked best and transferred the designs to a grid that divided up the artwork into equal chunks.
The initial idea was to paint a whole favela, but as you can imagine, it's not that simple to paint 1,600 houses in a difficult environment.
So they started with a smaller test painting called Kid with Kite. When you look at it, you can see how a grid also comes in handy to figure out the size of a wall before painting it. This mural is 10 meters tall and 15 meters wide, so there were 150 square meters of wall to paint. After the first test painting, Haas and Han worked up to this huge one, which is 2,000 square meters. It wasn't long before the press came to cover it. Busloads of people came to the favela to see it, and Haas and Han felt they were ready to take on
Mother of all paintings.
That painting would cover over 5,000 square meters. One wall alone is about 60 square meters. So this project was going to take a lot of paint. How much would they need? And how many painters would they use? Haas and Han hired 25 kids from the neighborhood, and a local paint company trained them to paint, even giving them diplomas when they completed their training. The 25 painters were paid to work for 30 days, covering their own community with rays of color, and learning a new skill.
I'm going to pursue a career as a painter because it's art and it's something I like to do. If it were up to me, we would continue in the rest of the community.
And that's exactly what Haas and Han are determined to do.
I think now we learned so much that although we only painted 34 houses, I think we are ready to paint 10 times as much or maybe 100 times as much. It's just a matter of expanding. I mean, I cannot even start to imagine how happy and proud we would feel looking at the final result, you know?
And can you imagine how they will expand this project to achieve that result?